know what I'm talking about? The Matrix. The Matrix is everywhere. It is all around us. Even now, in this very room. You can see it when you look out your window, or when you turn on your television. You can feel it when you go to work, when you go to church, when you pay your taxes. It is the world that has been pulled over your eyes to blind you from the truth. What truth? That you are a slave, Neo. Like everyone else, you were born into bondage, born into a prison that you cannot smell or taste or touch. A prison for your mind.
The Secret Covenant. An illusion will be created so vast, so large that it escapes their perception. Those who see it will be thought of as insane. We will always stand above the relative field of their experience, for we know the secrets of the Absolute. We will work together always, and we will remain bound by blood and secrecy. Death will come to he who speaks. We will keep their lifespans short and their minds weak while pretending to do the opposite. We will use our knowledge of science and technology in subtle ways so they will never see what is happening. We will use soft metals, aging accelerators and sedatives in food and water, also in the air. They will be blanketed by poisons everywhere they turn. The soft metals will cause them to lose their minds. We will promise to find a cure from our many fronts, yet we will feed them more poison. The poisons will be absorbed through their skin and mouths. They will destroy their minds and reproductive systems. For all this, their children will be born dead, and we will conceal this information. They will see our products being used in films, and will grow accustomed to them, and will never know their true effect. When they give birth, we will inject poisons into the blood of their children and convince them that it's for their health. We will start early on, when their minds are young. We will target their children with what children love most, sweet things. When their teeth decay, we will fill them with metals that will kill their minds and steal their future. When their ability to learn has been affected, we will create medicines that will make them sicker and cause other diseases for which we will create yet more medicine. We will render them docile and weak, so they succumb to us and our power. They will grow depressed, slow and obese. And when they come to us for help, we will give them more poison. We will focus their attention towards money and material goods, so that they may never connect with their inner self. We will distract them with fornication, external pleasures, and games, so that they may never be one with the oneness of all. Their minds will belong to us, and they will do as we say. If they refuse, we shall find ways to implement mind-altering technology into their lives. We will use fear as our weapon. We will establish their governments and establish opposites within. We will own both sides. We will always hide our objective, but carry out our plan. They will perform the labor for us, and we shall prosper from their toil. Our families will never mix with theirs. Our blood must be pure, always, for it is the way. We will keep them separated from the oneness by dogma and religion. We will control all aspects of their lives. We will make them kill each other when it suits us, and tell them what to think and how. We will guide them kindly and gently, letting them think they are guiding themselves. We will incite animosity between them through our factions. When a light shall shine among them, we shall extinguish it by ridicule or death, whichever suits us best. We will make them rip each other's hearts out and kill their own children. We will accomplish this by using hate as our ally, anger as our friend. Hate will blind them totally, and never shall they see that from their conflicts we emerge as their rulers. They will be busy killing each other. They will bathe in their own blood and kill their neighbors for as long as we see fit. We will benefit greatly from this, for they will not see us, for they cannot see us. We will continue to prosper from their wars and their deaths. We shall repeat this over and over until our ultimate goal is accomplished. We will continue to make them live in fear and anger through images and sounds. We will use all the tools we have to accomplish this. The tools will be provided by their labor. We will make them hate themselves and their neighbors. This they must never know. We will always hide the divine truth from them, that we are all one. They must never know that color is an illusion. They must always think that they are not equal. Drop by drop, we will advance our goal. We will take over their land, resources, and wealth to exercise total control over them. We will trick them into accepting laws that will steal the little freedom that they have. We will establish a money system that will imprison them forever, keeping them and their children in debt. When they shall band together, we shall accuse them of crimes and present a different story to the world. For we will own all the media. We will use our media to control the flow of information and their sentiment in our favor. When they shall rise up against us, we will crush them like insects, for they are less than that. They will be helpless to do anything, for they will have no weapons. They must never learn this truth, for they will turn against us. For their work, they will be rewarded with earthly things and great titles, but never will they become immortal and join us. Never will they receive the light and travel the stars. They will never reach the higher realms, for the killing of their own kind will prevent passage to the realm of enlightenment. This they will never know. The truth will be hidden in their face. It will be so close that they will not be able to focus on it until it's too late. Oh yes, so grand will the illusion of freedom be that they will never know that they are our slaves. When all is in place, the reality that we have created from them will own them. This reality will be their prison. They will live in self-delusion. When our goal is accomplished, a new era of domination will begin. Their minds will be bound by their beliefs, the beliefs we have established from time immemorial. But if ever they find out that they are equal, we shall perish. This they must never know. If they ever find out that together they can conquer us, they will take action. They must never ever find out what we have done, for if they do, we shall have no place to run, for it will be easy to see who we are once the veil has fallen. Our actions will have revealed who we are, and they will hunt us down, and no person shall give us shelter.
Propaganda is the most effective on an unsuspecting public. If you're the type of person to limit propaganda's existence to the pages of a history book, or think that you've somehow evaded any form of propaganda and its effects on your beliefs, then you are actually the perfect candidate for the propaganda machine. Now, I know it's difficult to consider that your beliefs may not be entirely your own, but it's important to try. The first step to overcoming any form of indoctrination is to be aware of your own susceptibility and to take an honest, introspective look into your own beliefs. In other words, if someone says something to you that you disagree with, and you feel an intense emotion in response to what they've said, chances are the beliefs that you hold on that particular topic are intimately tied to an artificial emotive response ingrained in your mind through years of indoctrination. Stay conscious to these threats of persuasion, and focus on evaluating new information from an emotionally neutral and purely logical frame of mind. Only then will you be able to counteract the effects of propaganda and start to form your own opinion.
So we can talk about Caligula, Stalin, Trump. I mean, I know he's not dead, but he's definitely going.
And now you're going to run for president. Don't you think that's a really cool idea, you guys? You'll keep them honest. You'll keep them honest, Donald. Personally, I hope you win, because I can't wait for the the inauguration.
Me, the guy who hosted The Apprentice and sold steaks. But enough is enough. It has to be stopped. It has to be stopped now.
Dear family and frenemies of Donald Trump, some men look at the world and ask why. Donald Trump looked at the world and asked, what's in it for me?
Well, this played right into their hands, and they want me to do public service messages and everything about everybody taking the vaccine. And look, I guess in a certain way, I'm the father of the vaccine because I was the one that pushed it. You know, to get it done in less than 9 months was a miracle. Fauci said it would take 3 to 5 years. He thought it was something that just wouldn't be that effective because it would take so long to get. I pushed the FDA like they have never been pushed before. I wouldn't exactly say they're in love with me. They have never, this is a very bureaucratic organization. I pushed them like they've never been pushed before, and that's why we have it. When they did the pause on Johnson & Johnson, I thought that was a very, very stupid thing to do.
Would you recommend to our audience that they get the vaccine then?
I would recommend it, and I would recommend it to a lot of people that don't want to get it, and a lot of those people voted for me, frankly.
Oh, shut up, silly woman, said the reptile with a grin. You knew damn well I was a snake before you took me in.
You know, there's a reason why they keep the two-party system alive, even though it's failed time after time to keep the heart of a nation in line. If anything, it's slowed the beat down until the spirit of unity has all but died. And it certainly isn't to give us a choice between who's left and who's right. Either way it goes, we're not electing the best one for the job, but instead we're selecting a lesser of two evils, and this is how they've always won. When will we be done? When will we stop turning to run? I don't mean that we violently gather in mass in a show of force as a way to cast our vote and hope they don't move against a peaceful people. That would be like showing up to the lion's den with an eviction notice in one hand and in the other a red pen. So you've made your presence known, but the lion isn't budging. So you open wide and let out the loudest roar that you can, and before you know it, you're covered in red. But it isn't from the pen in your hand because it's over there on the ground, still in your hand. And the lion? The lion's fine. He's standing there with that sinister grin, looking like he already knew that coming out of the shadows behind him is the same who ran against him. You know the one that you thought for sure should have won, the one you thought was different for once. But all in all, it doesn't matter who wins. As long as there's a two-party system, it'll always be the puppets that win. Go ahead and climb out of the box to get a better view of the scene. You want to think I'm wrong now, but just you wait and you'll see. How can we honor the Creator and claim to be designed by the one divine, the Most High, but turn around and spit in our own faces by claiming that this perfect image of ourselves isn't right? That our DNA was somehow a miraculous mistake? What if this view and belief that we can rely solely on how we feel, like the mantra droned out by Disney, how we should let our heart be the guide and let our hearts decide, like in Mulan's True Heart theme? Your heart can tell you no lies. Why second guess what feels so right? Just trust your heart and you'll see the light. What if this is wrong? What if this isn't right? Because our thoughts are the seeds being planted in the soil of our hearts. And what we listen to and see, the popular songs, movies, and shows on TV, these are the fertilizers which manipulate our heart's soil. The programming and genetic bioengineering will damage and destroy our consciousness by first impregnating our subconscious with programmed perversions, corrupting our minds and pushing us towards a collective carnality. Now is the time that we, the people, repeal the status quo and appeal to the desperate need for us to lead our hearts with conscious thoughts born from a selfless love, whom gave their all in order to appeal the ruling of the first and final judgment over our eternity. Things are the way they are because we've stood by and watched as the principalities, the wickedness in high places, the rulers that be, and the rulers of this world have all banded together under a rule of war, the enemy of my enemy is my friend. If we are indeed a born-again child of the Most High and worker of true light and united as one body, then the words we speak and the message we bring will not be seeded with thoughts that promote hate, discrimination, separation, and fear, nor will we promote a sense of racial superiority. If we do not speak life, then we are no different. Then we are no different than an agent provocateur hired by the enemy of our enemy and made to look the part, all the while creeping in the shadows as a worker of iniquity, never fully coming into the light. When will enough be enough? When will their tyranny end? It ends when we can all finally stand together, hand in hand, arms lifted high and united as one in the unconditional love of Ahaya Ashar Ahaya, the Most High God. So tell me, my friends, are we ready to continue on this path of metanoia, of true transformation and repentance? Are we ready to truly love God with all of our heart, all of our soul, and all of our mind and our love? Will we love our neighbors just as we love ourselves? Are you ready to completely, 100% change the direction of your life by surrendering every aspect of how you think, who you think you are, and what you think you know to the Creator entirely? Are you ready to be made a new creature? Watch as all the old ways start to fall and pass away and have all things become entirely new in Him. Then stop thinking that you have the answers and realize the answer was put on the cross and died and came back the third day and arose and resurrected to life and ascended to be at the right hand of the Father. And in the name of the Son, the Father had sent the Holy Spirit to lead you and guide you and teach you in all things of truth. Turn to the one true God and His Son, and your life will be new.